Some may say he was just a small, good kid in a mad city. Some may also say he just doesn't want anybody to kill his vibe. I just say, could this be the best hip-hop debut album of all time? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the B.A.R.S.
Tick-tock, you don't stop, stop, do the hard tick-tock, you don't stop, stop, do the tick-tock, you don't stop, stop, tick-tock, you don't
Let the bass kick.
tick-tock, you don't stop, stop.
Yes, my G's. Back again. Welcome back to the B.A.R.S. It's your boy Tubby, where I'll be talking about all of the albums and all of the music and all of the vibes that have inspired me on my musical journey. And maybe it just might inspire one of y'all. Today, we go back to an album that changed time, that changed the landscape of hip-hop at the time. An album that I don't think many of us saw coming. We never knew. An album that gave us a masterclass in storytelling, a masterclass in lyricism, and a masterclass in creativity. The year is 2012, a time where hip-hop wasn't hip-hopping, rap wasn't rapping. It wasn't, although there were incredible albums that came out in 2012, we had 2 Chainz drop an album, Rick Ross drop an album, TDE's Schoolboy Q dropped an album, the incredible Rock Marciano, and I believe Killer Mike as well dropped an album with Run the Jewels. These are just off top of 2012. However, there was an artist that made incredible waves the year before to 2011, but just before that, I believe from 2008 onwards, the mixtapes were absolutely incredible. But there was a particular album / mixtape, some may consider this one his debut album, an album called Section 80. Songs like ADHD, No Makeup, F Your Ethnicity, these were songs that changed the forefront of hip-hop at the time, and nobody knew that this guy would be the guy. However, I think most of us knew this guy would be the guy. I can't even lie, we knew. So in the time of incredible bubbling of people like J. Cole, of course, a man like Drake who was tearing up the place from early, there was this guy raising hip-hop from the ashes. Representing the West Coast. Signed to Dr. Dre, Aftermath, Interscope Records, represented TDE, Top Dog Entertainment, was an album that I believe changed the playing field of hip-hop. And if you don't know who I'm talking about or what album I'm talking about, it's none other. Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick, K.dot Lamar. This album for me, when it comes to the level of lyricism, creativity, and depicting a full story of where somebody comes from, this has got to be up there with some of the greatest. This album, the penmanship is absolutely sublime. The storytelling is unbelievable, and the vivid pictures from the skits and the sketches is just unreal. And the album is called Good Kid, Mad City, a short film by Kendrick Lamar. And why it's not been a short film, I don't know. If it has, somebody show me, send it to me, because I need to see this. It's gonna be sensational stuff. Also, in saying that, I would love to know who Shireen is. If Shireen is the current wife of Kendrick Lamar, this is sensational stuff. I don't know, I don't know, but big up to Shireen, because you inspired a whole album. From songs like Don't Kill My Vibe, Backseat Freestyle, the main song that was pushed for this album, which was called Swimming Pools, Poetic Justice, those are just a few standout songs on this album. However, when you hear songs like Money Trees and the storytelling in the art of peer pressure, it takes this album to a whole different plateau. It puts this album in a whole different place of individual creativity that only Kendrick Lamar can do. And that's where the beauty is in hip hop, man. It's incredible. If you got the CD version of the album, you also get the 3 remixes of Don't Kill My Vibe, one featuring Jay-Z, another featuring Emily Sande. You can go on and on about the depth in the songs and the storytelling in the songs on this album. Songs like Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst. The creativity and the in-depth songwriting, it's absolutely unbelievable, man. And I can't recommend an album like this if you want to hear sheer creativity. Lyrically, the production on the album is unreal. It feels more cinematic than it does hip hop at times. It's just it's a masterpiece. It's a great album. Pamphlet, one of the most recognized front covers of any album. You can see young Kendrick Lamar with his family members. It's showing a real pure picture of how he grew up, where he's from. Literally a good kid in a mad city. Literally. So the honesty is amazing. When you got more family pictures, and it really gives you an idea of why this album was made, how it was made. The penmanship and the lyricism that goes behind all the storytelling are all in these pictures. I mean, come on, man. Super dope. Producers on this album, it was obviously bound to be something incredible. From when you got Dr. Dre producing there, the legendary Just Blaze, Pharrell Williams, Hit Boy, Soundwave, Scoop DeVille, Jack Splash. Absolutely killed this album when it comes to production. How can we forget about T- as well? T- on there for production as well. We also have the engineers, man, the guys that mixed this incredible album. If you listen to the sound and the way things are panned and the definition of the sound of instruments on this album, it all comes together to create this masterpiece, man. So you can't forget the mix engineers and the people that have mastered this album. So big up Mr. Derek, mixed by R. Lee. Of course, Dr. Dre mixed on this album as well. Legendary. We also can't forget some of the famous features on here, like J-Rock on Money Trees, one of the coldest verses on the album. Yeah, I said it. Dr. Dre. And funnily enough, how about this? For those that didn't know, featuring Mr. Drizzy Drake on Poetic Justice. For those that didn't know, yes, they were actually cool first. They were actually cool. Like, remember the line Drake says, when they told me to bring an R&B and I drew for Kendrick and Rocky, I tried to make the right choices while the world watched me. Drizzy Drake, it's true, they were homies, man. And of course, we got to big up the bosses, the main guys, man. We got to big up Punch and Dave Free, the bosses at TDE, man. So if you don't want to go far back as Section 80, although it's an incredible album / mixtape, Good Kid, Mad City is an incredible world debut album. Not to say that Section 80 wasn't an album, I would say it was more of a mixtape. Personally, don't come at me. But Good Kid, Mad City is a great introduction to Kendrick Lamar, way before the beefs, way before the drama, way before all of that. If you want to know about masterpieces, legacy, longevity, incredible pieces of work, music, production, everything, bruv, look no further than this right here, Good Kid, Mad City, by none other than Kendrick K. Lamar.